Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Griffin versus Brown.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Mr. Griffin, you recently became engaged to the defendant. Now,
Yes,
you
Your
say you
Honor.
desperately hope you are the child's biological father and confess you'll be heartbroken if today's results prove otherwise.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Brown, you admit you're unsure who fathered little Autumn. You confess you slept with 2 different men during the window of conception. Thus, you say there's a real chance Autumn may not be Mr. Griffin's biological daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Griffin, what kind of father has Mr. Griffin been to Autumn thus far?
Well, Your Honor, he's been a great father. There was a time where Autumn was about 3 to 4 weeks old, and she stopped breathing on me. I had to call the ambulance, and I knew that they would take so long to come, so I actually got in my car and I drove myself. On the way there, I called my ex, and I asked him, to meet me at the hospital because my daughter wasn't breathing, and he said, no, I'm not coming, she's not my daughter. So I called him, and he said, I'm on my way. Not knowing at the time he didn't have a way to get there, he walked 25 miles, excuse me. I'm sorry, Your Honor. He walked 25 miles to the hospital to be there with me and my daughter, and he was there for the whole 4 days while we were at the hospital. He didn't leave my side or Autumn's side.
He walked 25 miles.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's amazing. Mr. Griffin,
Yes, Your Honor.
and after walking those 25 miles, you established a bond with this child
Yes, ma'am.
without really knowing whether or not she was your biological child.
Yes, Your Honor.
So tell me about this bond. You love her, you regard her as your daughter. Tell me.
Yes, she came in my life as I was losing a baby, and I got a blessing with her coming in my life, so that was a gift from God. And that's my daughter regardless. And, I watched her grow, talk, take her first steps. Man, it's just so good to just see her. That's my baby, my queen.
Oh. Well said, well said. And so you've seen this bond grow, Ms. Brown.
Yes, Your Honor.
And how does it make you feel as a mother?
It does everything for me, Your Honor. My father wasn't there, and it means so much to me, that he stepped up in every sense of the word of being a father to be there for my daughter. He's been there from day one, Your Honor. Every doctor's appointment, when Autumn falls and skinned her knee, he's there. Bedtime stories, he's there. Nightmares, he's there. So he's, been a great father to her. And it means a lot to me and her, because that's all she know as a father, him.
And unfortunately, I have to talk about this issue because it sounds like such a beautiful relationship, and yet there's doubt. So, Mr. Griffin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please explain that doubt.
Well, how I came upon having the doubt, I caught her on the phone. I seen the text message in the phone. And then she was on the phone with this guy. I thought they was done. And then I just grabbed my stuff and I left, kicked the door and left.
So you think everything's normal. You see a text message, read the text message from this guy,
yes, Your Honor.
So you just leave.
Yes, Your
What's
Honor.
on this message, Ms. Brown?
Basically, it was on the messages. He, was asking about Autumn and, how she was doing. And he was just saying that he still had doubt that he was her father, so he really didn't want to get involved. And I hadn't said anything to Mr. Griffin about he possibly could be the father because maybe in December 29th, I know because it was a couple days after Christmas, I had unprotected sex with my ex. So maybe 2 weeks later, around January the 7th, me and Mr. Griffin had sex, but it was protected, but the condom, popped. So at the time, I really didn't think that Mr. Griffin, was her father. It was always in the back of my mind, Your Honor, but I, just thought that the ex was because we had unprotected sex. So I really didn't say anything to him until recently. And I said something because everybody kept saying that she looks like Mr. Griffin, but they also said that she looks like my ex.
So, Mr. Griffin, do you think Autumn looks like you?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. She got the same pinky toe like me, like in my family, and she looked just like our other daughter. So that's my baby girl. That's my queen. That's my daughter.
So you have another child with Miss Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you think the two children, they really do look alike to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
But Miss Brown, you say family members of yours say she looks like your ex.
Yes.
What do you see?
I see both. I see resemblance in both.
So these are the photos you submitted to the court.
Yes.
They're adorable. Mr. Griffin, you think the two girls look alike?
Yeah, they look like twins. Man, that's my babies right there. That's daddy baby girls. I do anything for them. I lay down my life for them.
But you both understand how important it is for her to know who her biological father is.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Miss Brown, now has he stepped up at all, done anything for Autumn?
Not one thing, Your Honor.
So today's results really are crucial in the sense that if he's in fact her biological father, there's a question as to whether he's going to even participate in raising her.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, Jerome, I think it's time for the results.
Okay.
Thank you. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows.
Yes, Your Honor.
In the case of Griffin versus Brown pertaining to whether Mr. Griffin is the biological father of 2-year-old Autumn Benefield, it has been determined by this court that Mr. Griffin is not the father.
Well, Your Honor, I'm gonna be there regardless. I'm her father. I teach her everything. That's my daughter.
Ms. Brown,
Yes, Your Honor.
I know this is not the news you wanted.
No, Your Honor.
And I have to ask you, are you certain that the other gentleman you spoke of is her biological father, or could there be someone else?
No one else, Your Honor.
I want you to understand that although you did not get the result you were both hoping for, the fact that you walked in here willing to find out the truth, not just for your sake, but for Autumn's sake, I commend you for that. That's very important. And you have to continue to put her first.
Yes, Your Honor.
And this may not be a person you believe will want to be involved in her life. However, you have to give them that opportunity.
Yes,
And
Your
more
Honor.
importantly, you have to give her the opportunity to get to know her father.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court is adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Hoffman versus Wolfe.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone.
Good morning.
Mr. Hoffman, you are desperate to solve a 30-year mystery and finally find out if Mr. Wolfe is your long-lost son.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you claim to have had a sexual relationship with his now deceased mother, but lost contact with her when Mr. Wolfe was very, very young.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Wolfe, you say you have no memories of Mr. Hoffman. I mean, you spent your entire life from childhood to boyhood to manhood thinking another man was your father. Only months ago, you received a message on social media stating that Mr. Hoffman believes he is your dad. So, Mr. Hoffman, explain to the court what happened 30 years ago.
Well, my older late sister had introduced me to Mr. Wolfe's mother, but at the time I was a over-the-road truck driver, so I was gone a lot. So I never knew that she had gotten pregnant. My older sister had informed me that Mr. Wolfe's mother had had a baby and claimed that I was the father.
So you find this out from your older sister?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then what was your thought?
I wasn't quite sure because being on the road all the time, I didn't know if she was having relationships with someone else.
So, Mr. Wolfe, did you ever hear of this man's name growing up?
No, Your Honor. There's always been a question mark there. I mean, the lifestyle I lived, it left me almost without any emotion of not having a dad around.
You just became guarded.
Yes.
And yet, there was a man all along that was looking for you.
Last time I seen him, he had just turned 5 years old. And me and my wife lived in Nevada, and we went to California to visit my older sister for Christmas. We arrived at her house, and Mr. Wolfe and his younger brother were at my sister's, and his mother had left him there for 3 weeks and never contacted my sister. And we
Really?
contacted all the legal people, child services and that, because most of the time that me and his mother were together, majority of the time I was his father. So after we contacted all these people, we explained to them, they said that I had the legal right to remove him from the state because it was a case of abandonment. So me and my wife took him back to Nevada with us.
And how long did he stay there?
We had him for about 2 months.
Was that a special time in your life?
Yes, Your Honor, very special. After we brought him back to Nevada, because he was very proud of his bed. I built him a bed, his own day bed, and he was very proud of that. He bragged to all the people who worked with my wife at the restaurant that my daddy built me my own bed. He had his own bedroom. And
So this sounds amazing. Like, it sounds like you were having the time of your life, and so was he. What happened? How did you lose him?
We got a call a couple months later from my older sister that the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department came to her home. They threatened me with a warrant for interstate flight and kidnapping of a minor.
Really?
I told him that no matter how long it takes, I'm gonna find him. And I hope that it proves positive, because there's a place missing in my life. I love kids, but my wife could never have them. Because I have no kids. The only thing that felt that empty gap was after we lost him, went back to California, we lost contact. His mom picked him up, and I never seen him again until today.
Did you ever think of pursuing a blood test or anything?
We tried to get a blood test. We're going to hire an attorney out of San Bernardino to locate him, and he wanted $5,000, and I don't have that kind of money. Never had that kind of money. We spent almost 30 years looking for him. My sister finally located him on Facebook.
I actually had brought a copy of it.
Jerome, may I
today.
see that, please? Thank you.
Yep.
Message, hi James, my name is Helen. I believe I'm your aunt. Your father has been looking for you for 25 years. You look just like our family. I don't know how much you know about your father or whom you believe to be your father. What a message to receive. And what were your thoughts when you read this?
It felt good.
Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. And if he is your father, what are your hopes?
Like I said, Your Honor, I've never really grown up with a father in my life. So it's important to me that I don't let him down as of today and whatever future we may have left. I just don't want to let him down. I try to make an effort.
So, Mr. Hoffman, how does it make you feel?
it would make me proud if he was my son. And if it proves that he is my son, I would like him, because we have talked over the phone before, that if it proves positive that he is my son, I would want him legally to change his name, because he would, I am the last Hoffman.
Mr. Wolfe, if in fact the results dictate that he is in fact your biological father, would you be amenable to changing your name to Hoffman?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
I think it's time for the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Hoffman v. Wolfe, pertaining to whether Mr. Clayton Hoffman is the biological father of James Wolfe, it has been determined by this court that Mr. Hoffman, you are his father.
Mary, she's the one that found your picture on Facebook, your aunt.
Thank you.
Welcome to the family. You've always been a part of us.
What can I say? This is what this courtroom is all about. These are the moments that we look forward to making happen. I wish you all the best of luck. Court is adjourned.